and it doesn't disturb your makeup, but it brightens up that area and it hydrates. How cool is that? And it's $1. Some of the happiest days of my life were spent with my girlfriends in high school. I loved every second of it. Hey everybody, I'm so happy to see you today. Thank you so much for coming back and seeing me and Desi. I hope you had a great week. I had a good week. And can you believe it's May? This year has just flown by. I can't believe it. Anyway, it's time for me to do April favorites. I love doing favorite videos because they can be about anything. So I'm so glad you're here, and I'm so glad I get to share my April favorites with you. And later on in the video, I want to give you a little bit of, I don't know, a little bit of a life update. I want to just chat a little bit. You know, one of my very favorite things in April was an illuminating powder by Sigma. This shade is Aura Casa, I want to say. I'm probably butchering that. But this is an illuminating powder, and I'm not a big one on powder. But this kind of reminds me of Becca Maui Nights, but it has, you know, kind of an intense shade to it. So you use it as kind of a bronzer, blush, but it's more of a powdery consistency. So when you're using it to kind of give you a glow, especially like if you're using a foundation that's too light, the reason that this is so much better than the other illuminating powders I've ever used is this blurs my pores. So I should probably go use it right now because I'm having a rough day. But this stuff is amazing. It's a beautiful color, finely milled, and I don't know, Sigma did a beautiful job on this. I'll link this below, and I think I have a coupon code for you so you would get some money off if this interested you. But yeah, I love it. You know, if my skin is breaking out, there is no better cleanser in the whole world than Pore. This is so good. So, you know, I don't care how old you are. You can be 70, 80 years old and your skin can be breaking out. So, I mean, stress, hormones, trying new products, you know, all that. But every single time my skin gets on this little kick, it's like twice a year, and it'll go, hey, let's break out, you know. This stops it in its tracks. I love this. You know, as I have gotten older, the foundations that I love and trust are, I can count them on one hand. And as you know, the CYO foundations, you know, by the Boots company, this is one of my very favorite. I know I have about 30 of them. Not really, but the CYO foundation is so fantastic. It gives you nice coverage, but it always gives you a natural finish. You can build it up, and it never ever cakes or settles in lines or pores. And the longer you wear it, the better it looks. I do have to set it with powder, just slightly, but it's a beautiful foundation. It never lets me down. It makes me look all natural. But anyway, my friend Monica M, and I will list her channel below, she loves it too. And she taught me this coolest trick, because this foundation is like, I don't know, $5 or $6 a bottle. And they give it to us cheap like this because, well, it's in terrible packaging. They spend no money on the packaging, so we can get it cheap. But anyway, there's no shade on the bottle, so you buy it, you don't know what shade you have. So Monica kind of gave me this cool tip where the shade is, there's one little sticker here, and you can't read it. I have to get a magnifying glass. But like this one is 108, and this says 108. Well, after a while, this wears away, so you have no idea what your shade is. Is this making any sense? So anyway, you have to label them on the outside so you know what shade you've got in case you want to order another one. Or I like to mix like 105 and 108 for a custom shade, but I don't know. I just think it's beautiful. But the reason I'm bringing all this up really isn't the foundation, but it is, this is called Raise Your Glass, and this is by CYO, and this is a beautiful boosting cream. It's not an illuminating primer. It's not that. It's a boosting cream. This is made to actually mix with your foundation. So, in other words, I would do a little demo here. I take my foundation with the Raise Your Glass booster cream and I mix it together, and it's so pretty. You put your after you've mixed them together, you apply your foundation like you normally would. There's no need to use any highlight.
Yeah, you take all my wrongs and make them better. Yeah, you're making me want to try forever.
This is very, very subtle and very beautiful. And the way it reflects the light, it takes away from lines and wrinkles and, you know, whatever you might have going on your face like I do. This particular shade is Raise Your Glass, and you can use this and mix it in with any foundation you might have. But it's beautiful. It truly is. And you know, when you come back and you look at your foundation, it's been on your face for 3 hours, and it looks better than it did when you put it on. And there's just something about this plays with the light, and it just it minimizes your pores. All right, there you go. Hungarian water essence. Calming, clearing water. Yeah, just what every woman needs. Hungarian water essence. I bet you were just thinking that this morning. I honestly think the Rimmel Kate lipstick is the best drugstore lipstick by far. I mean, the best lipstick I think I've ever tried. I just love it. My very favorite brand new product in April was the Rimmel lipsticks in the branding Kate, as in Kate Moss. But my lovely subscriber Anne Marie, she sent me Kate lipstick in shade number 47, which is a really cool nude shade. And then I put gloss over it, and it's so beautiful. But beyond beautiful, the treatment of it, you know, just the lip treatment, it just, oh, I love it. I can't say enough wonderful things about it because it's so hydrating to my lips. So thank you, Anne Marie, for turning me on to one of my very favorite products of the year, Kate lipsticks. I bought 2 more. And let's see, this shade is 800 and this other shade is 08. I'm into the 8s all of a sudden. But, you know, if I get a chance, I will show you what these shades are. But so Kate, Kate, and Kate, I love them. You know, for some reason, when I kind of have a super stressful month, my lips dry out. And, you know, I just can't wear most lipsticks because my lips are so dry. And that is when I always turn to the NYX, the butter glosses. I don't know if you have tried these, but I just love them. I bought Tiramisu, and I bought, well, I bought a lot of them. Anyway, they are so good. And I just wanted to mention, you know, they don't plump. And I think the plumping lip glosses kind of irritate my lips, but these are like a treatment, these NYX glosses, and I just love them, and I had to mention them. I think I told you last week that Lancôme had sent me the 2.5 ounce bottle of Genevieve for me to try for 60 days, and so I wanted to quick go over this. You know, it's funny because this serum it isn't like it's trending. Like I went to look at other reviews of it and they were like 2 years old, 3 years old, and I was so surprised, really I was. Anyway, the two main ingredients is it has a probiotic in it called Bonafide, and that bacteria that's in here is the same bacteria you would find in yogurt. Anyway, and it also has hydrated castor oil, just what we all wake up every day wishing we had more of. Anyway, all right, so we've got the bacteria and we have the castor oil in our Genevieve. So I thought, okay, and then I looked at the clinical trials, and you know, you got to hand it to Lancôme because they're pretty honest about these clinical trials. Only about 50% of the women reported that after using this for 30 to 60 days, they saw brighter skin, smoother skin. They saw less defined deep wrinkles and much less defined small wrinkles, and even the hoods of their eyes seem to look much firmer. You don't use very much, you just press it down and out comes the perfect amount for what you're going to, a little bit goes a long way for your face and décolleté day and night. So I have been using it. I am using it with my rosehip seed oil, and the combo together I think is quite nice. And you know, I mean, I won't know until 90 days, and I did take some before pictures, but I just wanted to say that you know, people who see me a lot, they see me every day, all of a sudden they've all come down to this same compliment, and I just wanted to share that with you because I never heard this before until I started using the Lancôme Genevieve. And the compliment is, your complexion is so bright. It's so bright. We never see a complexion that's so bright. You just look so even and so bright. So I just wanted to report that. Nobody has said to me, gee, those fine lines look better. Does my face feel any smoother? You know, no. Does it feel any firmer? Maybe a little bit. Maybe a little bit. But number one is, yeah, your face is so bright. And Bill said to me the other day, you look like an angel. So, you know, if Genevieve makes Bill think I look like an angel, then I'm definitely going to keep using it. Oh, it's going to be so exciting decorating my new apartment. I'm so looking forward to a screened-in porch over the water. Oh my goodness. I think me and Desi will be so happy, you know, kind of a fresh start. I had a lot more fun decorating when I'm on a tight budget than when I had a lot of money. I mean, you make things so beautiful and there's no guilt. The last favorite that I wanted to share with you is from the Dollar Tree. It's $1, yeah. And this is a it's called Sassy Bb Cream. And I have talked to you about this about 1.5 years ago. I was telling you, maybe 2 years, about how I use this as a primer sometimes. But it's too heavy for me now to use as a primer. But I wanted to, if you suffer from, you know, underneath your eye, this area ever getting dry and not as bright as you want, but you don't dare go in with a concealer, I just wanted to show you that you can take this Dollar Tree. This is wonderful. This Sassy, but I just tap it underneath there, and this is like something I would do like in the middle of the day, and I wouldn't dare go in with a concealer, and I'm not going to add foundation. I don't have time for that, but underneath my eye is dry and dull, and just the warmth of my fingers, it's going to brighten up that area. Can you see how much that brightened up that area underneath my eye with very, very little effort? I mean, I can't believe it. And it's so hydrating. It's like putting an oil or almost like a Vaseline there that just hydrates underneath your eyes. Only it's not greasy, it's dry to the touch, and it looks so natural. But yeah, I wanted to make sure that I mentioned this. It's $1 at the Dollar Tree. It doesn't matter what shade you get. I think they only have it in light and medium, and they're all about the same. Oh, it's so pretty here. This is where my new apartment is. Very, very pretty. You know, yesterday here it was just pouring rain. And I had to drop off some paperwork to the new apartment that I am going to be moving into in a few months. I'm on a waiting list, so it's going to be a while. But I went over there and it was pouring rain, and I had my camera, and you'll see some of the footage, but you know, so I was just kind of filming in the rain, and I had to drop off the paperwork, and I was just driving around, and I was feeling so happy and a little bit scared, but happy, but scared. You know what I mean? It was just a whole lot of different emotions, and it kind of hit me. Like, how did I get here? Wasn't it just yesterday I was so sad and so confused and I was so broken? How did I get here? How did I rebuild my life from scratch in the last 5 years? It was such an odd feeling. It was a wonderful feeling, but it was a mysterious feeling. And then I thought back to something a teacher once said to me. And he said, the thing that most people fear in life, the thing they fear the most, is change. And that has always stayed in my head, that change is something that, you know, we all do, but what gets us to change is, it's so mysterious. And you know, last week in my video, you know, I was rehearsing, and I was getting ready to play a song of mine called Robbie's River, and I had the camera going, and you guys were so great, but a lot of you said, why are you so sad when you're in front of your piano? You seem so different. Why are you so sad? And the thing is, you know, I wasn't sad. It's just that I was rehearsing a really sad song. And I take my music so seriously that, you know, I just go somewhere else when I write music and when I practice. So that's all. But the one thing, there was change involved in me sitting there because my channel is changing. You know, I always talked about my music. I talked about how I loved writing songs, how that was me. That was the real me, the writer. And yet I never took you into the studio, and I never sat down and played songs for you. So it was change. My channel was changing. I was changing. I was getting so comfortable. I am getting so comfortable in my own skin that I'm just like, I love you. I trust you, you know? We're in this together. So yeah, there's nothing that I have to hide or pretend to be. It is what it is. But it's change. And just like moving, just like falling in love, just like falling out of love. Moving. Moving on. Anyway, how do you feel about change? Do you remember the biggest change you ever made in your life, and how did you feel? If you have time, let me know in the comments. Because change is, I don't know, I've always thought when I've looked back on the times in my life where I have gone through the biggest change, I think of it as the most exciting time in my life and the scariest. but I made it. We all make it. We just have to have faith. I've changed so many things about myself this year. I've changed my body. I've changed where I'm going to live, and I've changed my heart. I don't always put myself first or think how something is going to affect me. I see the world as a much bigger place. I see beyond my toes. I think that's too small for my porch. I wouldn't like that. I would constantly look at those chairs and think I should go on a diet immediately. I had to wake Desi up to say goodbye. Oh, I feel so guilty now. You look so tired. You look so tired. Oh no. It's sleepy Desi. You're so cute. You sleepy Desi. Are you sleepy Desi? Oh, goodness gracious. Hey everybody, thank you so much for hanging in there with us today. I hope you liked the April favorites. It was so fun to do. And you know, where Desi and I are moving, Desi's going to have his own little dog park. They've got a dog park for, he's thrilled. They have a dog park for big dogs and then a dog park for little dogs. So Desi thinks he's a big dog, but he's going to have to go to the little dog park. Anyway, thank you so much for being here. You have a wonderful brand new week. And when you're done with your week, come back and see us, okay? All right, it's a deal. You gotta look at the camera.
I was never the one to write up a song for just anyone. I was always the one to find myself lost in old conversations. Oh, 'cause I've always been told that things will unfold if you keep on waiting. But then you came along and proved me all wrong. I was so mistaken, 'cause you glue all the pieces back together. Yeah, you take all my wrongs and make them better. Yeah, you're making me wanna try forever. And I feel so free, oh my sweet baby.